and also Paz Rotland Garcia from SOCIB for the in-situ products. So we hope that you practiced the homework you have to do. There is some question on the chat, and during the
I just can't hit just me.
Yeah, Elena? Okay, so I would like to say that we collected some questions from the chat platform and from the first webinar, the round one webinar session, and we will try today to answer this question. We will have also a question and answer mode on your platform, on the Click Meeting platform today, available to ask your question live. So don't hesitate to ask your question. We have a slot of 45 minutes for the question around the catalog, the access to the product with Elena from the service desk. And after that, we will have 45 minutes on the in-situ products. But if we have just few questions on the service desk and it take just 20 minutes, we're going to go forward to the next session. Okay. So let's start. I'll let the floor to Paola to introduce the question and the speakers.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone, also from my side, and happy to see you all again here. And I also hope you enjoyed the exercises for the notebooks that you have been practicing at home. So today you have the possibility to review them through questions to the trainers and the experts. And as Fabrice said, we are going to start with the service desk. So the general issues of the Copernicus Marine Service website. So we will start first with reviewing some of the questions that were already posed during the first webinar that we had on May 19th. And then, as Fabrice said, you can pose any other questions through the question and answer mode. So I'm reading now the question that will be answered by Elena. And the first was how to access products near real-time series of more than 2 years through the website, of course. So Elena, if you want to reply, you have to switch on the microphone.
Hello, everyone. Do you hear me?
Not so well. Try again, maybe. Elena?
No? Can you hear me?
Yes, very low, but I can. I don't know if the others, the other participants may listen to you as well. Try again to speak. No, I don't hear anything.
No.
I heard something, but nothing that can be understood. Sorry. I don't know if maybe it's a question of connection, and
Yeah.
and maybe if you turn off the video, it will be improved. I don't know.
Yes, try to turn off your video and just test your
No.
mic again. Yes.
You don't hear me?
He comes and go. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was working before.
Yeah. So perhaps, Vincent, can you try to change the statue of Elena back in attendees and again in presenter mode to test? Sorry for that, and this is
Yeah, that's
some problem sometimes.
when you go live, that's happened. So.
So now, is it better?
Okay. So in the meantime, I just invited the participants to ask questions. I saw one already in the chat in the question and answer mode, but if you have it in the meantime, just type in there so that we will collect them after all.
Yes, there is a remark on the chat about Malia. She said it would be kind if we had access on Jupyter Hub for a bit long after the workshop ends. After webinar session, the material will be more understandable and helpful to practice. Thank you for such brilliant material. Thank you very much for all the trainers and speakers who made this. Malia, yes, you will have access on the Jupyter Hub for several weeks after the workshop. So don't worry about that. With your credential you received, you can access to the practical session during a long period. Okay, so can we try again? You locked mic now, Elena. Because I'm not able to answer this question, so it's very
but
complicated.
Elena, type it on the chat, so I can read her answer from the chat if you want.
Okay.
So
let's go.
The question was about the data for more than 2 years. And the reply from Elena is to have older data than the time range available in the Copernicus Marine Service website. It is easier to send a request to the service desk, and we will contact directly the producer team and ask for this access. So you should contact the service desk, and they will find the data you are looking for directly from the production unit.
Yes, and on our document, we share a document with the questions with different experts, and I have a note from Stefania Ciliberti from CMCC. She said about the products, NRT products time series. Our production center has archiving units, one per each component, physics, biochemistry, and waves. This is for the model products. Depending on the product, we can provide the access to the available time series upon request to be forwarded to the central service desk. So this is the same response than Elena. So you need to contact the service desk directly to ask the time series you need. Okay.
Okay.
This is one.
Our production center. Oh, that's the reply, I guess, from
Yes,
Stefania.
this is the reply
Yeah.
from Stefania.
Okay. So the question is instead, is it that documentation on the new sensor observation service available of in situ near real time? This is for the in situ, I guess. Oh, but there is a reply from Pats. So
No,
also,
yes.
no, that's for the other one.
Yes.
So regarding the 2 years, also in the case of the in situ near real time products, there are time series available this long. You will have to access the product through FTP service. Handy material is notebook number 2 to find this data. So it's also available for the in situ one.
Yes. And this question, is it there documentation on the new sensor observation service available on in situ energy? I think this is a question from Paz for the service desk.
Okay, sorry. Okay, fine.
So we can skip this one.
No reply for you, Pat. Sorry. Okay.
And last one, this is a question from the chat platform. I am experimenting with the Motu client. I like to be able to pass variables on the download command. For example, the coordinates and the dates, and also private system variables like my password. I'm not having any luck. What is the correct way to passing variables? I'm not too experienced in Python, and I'm just learning as I go along. So, Elena, if you can answer even by chat.
Yeah, she's typing.
Yes. Okay.
Answer is arriving.
No more question on the question and answer mode. There was also a question on during the webinar, the first webinar. Okay.
That is, yeah.
So the answer of Elena is an easy way to do that is to write a command string line. So perhaps Elena will show you, will demonstrate this method on the chat platform directly. Okay, I think it's a good idea. Yes, we had a question during the first webinar about what is the advantage of using Copernicus Marine Service products for the Black Sea instead of national agency, I imagine. And so it's very difficult to answer this question because it depends the resolution you need. Oh, Elena, she posted the answer. Okay.
You're going to read it? Fine.
You have to copy and...
Yeah.
Thank you, Elena.
So please go to the chat and read it by yourself.
Okay, so I continue my explanation about the advantage of Siemens products instead of national agency products or something like that. We can talk about advantages or things like that. It depends the resolution. You need the quality of the different models and the number of observation measurements which are assimilated in each model. The model from the national, your national agency, for example, and the model from the Copernicus Marine Service producer. In general, to operate a regional model from a national agency, for example, you need boundaries conditions, and these boundary conditions can be provided by the Copernicus Marine Service producer at the regional scale. And also you have to you have to know the difference between the validation and the qualification process between the Copernicus Marine Service products and the national agency to show the difference, if they exist, between the local and the regional models. And after, between two models, a local national model, local model, and a regional one or a global one, all these questions about parameterization of each models and what observations, satellite or in situ, have been assimilated. Okay. So.
There was another question. No, I don't think so. No. From the past. So if there is any other comment or question now from the participants that are online now for the service desk, or in general for the Copernicus Marine Service?
Yes.
Yeah, just Elena just wrote that, of course, if you need more help, you can always contact the service desk and I'll answer in the shortest time possible.
You have the address on the slide.
Yeah, yeah, servicedesk.simams@mercatoreocean.fr. Any other? No. Any curiosity? Nothing. Okay. So everything is clear.
Yes, exactly.
That's good. Well, we are happy for that. So if there is nothing more, then we pass to the in situ products.
Yes, I'm waiting for
no.
One is coming from...
okay. So let's wait for the typing of the question. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So it was just to say that there may be questions in the future. Okay, we hope so. So for the moment, again, everything seems clear. Good. Well, then, no, nobody else is typing, I guess. So, no, somebody's typing, so I'll wait. I do not see it anymore. Well, maybe we can just...
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you have in any case other questions for the service desk, we can always reply through this time together. So
we can come back in the...
Yeah. Yes. Also because Elena will use the chat, so it's even easier. Yes. We do not switch on the presenters and so on. So we pass to the in situ. And as we did for the service desk, we just review some of the questions which were already asked during the first round of the webinar. Pats is going to reply to this question. She is the expert from SOSIP. She also was the developer of the notebooks you have been practicing with. And so I guess Pats can speak.
Yes. Good morning.
Okay, fine. Okay. Good. That would be vocal answers. So the first question was, did you intend to provide in situ data for the whole coastal area of the Black Sea?
This is our main goal, obviously, but there are some political problems with the data, but we are doing it little by little. Every year we integrate new platforms in the area, so this is a matter of time to get more observations. Yes. So the answer is yes, we intend to cover as much as possible the coastal area of the Black Sea, yes.
Okay. I see also,
Because
this is the reply.
Yes.
To be clear with the attendees, in fact, can you explain quickly, Paz, how to increase the number of measurements? You need help from you need participation from different national institutions.
Yes, basically we have in the Black Sea is IOBAS, the institution responsible for integrating the data, the new data also. If you are, for example, a provider or you know someone that might be interested in providing the data around the Black Sea, this is the institution to contact. Is IOBAS, okay? In the notebooks, in the notebook number 2, if I recall properly, I provide the email to this institution for you to push data if you have more data. And also here in the answer, what I provide is a snapshot of what we have today. If you click on this URL, you can explore what there is available in the Black Sea in the last 30 days. So it's for you to have a look. I also tell in the answer that you can also run the notebook number 2 to discover more data. No, so just go ahead with the information. Yes.
Sorry. In general, all the institution or agency who have material to measure the state of the ocean in in situ mode share their data or no?
It depends on the area. I mean, some of them are still with this old-fashioned way of thinking, not to keep their data to exploit it in some kind of research or something like that. So they don't want to share the data. But in other regions, this is less common. So the availability of the data measured in the area is higher. So also what we do in the Institute is to convince these people to release the data because we are providing some added value products because we perform quality checks over the data, for example. So this is an added value. This is our way to convince this kind of thinking, no?
Okay. And in situ providers are not only public institutions; they can be private companies who have their own material to measure the state of the ocean, and they can share the data with you, with the Copernicus Marine Service.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Actually, there is a question if there is a list of institutions providing data. I'm not certain. This is CERN Serimozu. I'm not certain my institute is providing all of its research cruises.
Yes, so in the notebook number 2, we list the providers we have in the Black Sea. There is one of the cells is dedicated to discover the providers that are currently providing the data in the Black Sea. So if you check it, you might find or not your institution, and also you might find if it is a provider, obviously, you might find which data it has provided. So it's a way to discover if you had been able to push all your data or there are some lacking. So please check the notebook number 2 and you will have your answer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Next
There is
question.
Okay. Is there any data set regarding in situ SST covering the 2010-2013 period?
Yes, in here I provided an answer. You can show it because it's very, or I don't know if you have it here. But in the end, I just made a quick search using the notebook number 2. This is the most helpful notebook, I think. And I discovered there are around 4 taigoges providing also sea surface temperature and several Argo floats. The problem with the Argo floats is that it depends how close to the surface they are measuring for it to be useful for this user. I don't know if this person has to download the data from these profilers and check how shallow are the measurement of the profile. But at least I'm sure there are taigoges.
Yeah. So I think it was a question from Valerian Novak. So we will share the list of all the products from PAS with Valerian.
Yeah, because in the answer, I think I even provided the link to download the files of the, yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, is there any other question from the participants through the chat? If you have any other issue to discuss with PAS? Everything is clear.
It means that people succeeded to access the data and the practical session, and perhaps they are always they are practicing the hands-on material, so it's very good.
Yeah, someone is typing.
We had some problem at the beginning with some credential for the Jupyter Hub, so sorry for the inconvenience. We try to give you as soon as possible the link when you ask it. So for those who cannot access yet the Jupyter Hub, don't hesitate to send us an email. Okay.
Also, regarding the question from Sam, that this person was hesitating about the in situ tag having all the research cruises data. If you are not able to check this properly, just contact me and I can do a mini survey for discovering if the data is there or not. Okay, you can contact me and I can help you out. And the other question.
And there is a question from
Novak, Valerian. Is Copernicus considering providing option to download data in Excel or CSV format without using any Python code or other dedicated software?
So I think this goes to the...
Yeah, to the service desk, I guess. Yeah. To Elena. Yeah, I think now we can mix the questions. So whatever question you have. Okay.
So
I hope Elena has heard us and okay, yeah, she's tapping the reply. Fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have this this question frequently during several workshops because a lot of people are working on this kind of format files. I think about biologists, for example, or people working in aquaculture. So I don't know what will be the answer, Felena, but I think today you have an option to transform the data in CSV, but it's complicated. If you think about, for example, model data, this is a big, huge file with different dates and different level of depth, and you have to imagine to convert a cube of data in CSV. It can be very very big. So
Yeah,
response.
in fact, yeah. Oh, sorry. So from Elena, unfortunately, the standard format of Copernicus marine data is the net CDF, so a conversion is necessary, as Fabrice was saying. Okay.
I would like to say that this is the common format for almost all the institutions that work with Metocean data. So it's good if you end up getting familiar with it because it's the most typical format.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Any other? Elena is typing, so probably she's adding details to the reply. In the meantime, if someone of the participants has other questions, of course, do not hesitate to write them. Oh, okay. So Pats, in the meantime, has shared in the chat the list of institutions that provides MetaOcean data in NetCDF. So there you have the link to check.
Okay. So.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you to everybody. So, any other curiosity? Any other unclear thing? This is the moment.
So as a reminder, tomorrow we will have a new debriefing session.
Yeah, there will be wave and remote sensing products.
Yes. And the last one will be Thursday with bio model.
And physics.
And physics, yeah.
Elena just posted also so details for the question before. There are also some technical frequently asked questions in the CMEMS website where some code example to conversion is shared, so you may go there and check about the conversion options.
Yes, but I checked the on the FAQ, but it's Python code.
Okay.
Yeah.
To convert NetCDF to CSV.
I guess this person is just interested in knowing if the test service is working on some kind of interface that is using Python or any other language for converting the files to CSV without the user really knowing what is happening. He just maybe click on conversion and it converts the file, no? But as you say, Fabrice, is complicated because the the files can be quite large in case of models and satellites data, for example, but maybe it could be affordable for the time series or something like that. Not for the whole file. I don't know, but it's something that is not available so far. And yes, I have checked the frequently asked questions, and there are some sample codes that are useful.
Okay.
Someone is typing. So. And Novak Valerian is saying, I am aware that I can get them in SCV using Panoply.
Okay, cool. You can convert.
Good.
So it means that you can convert some files from NetCDF to CSV using Panoply.
Yeah.
If you don't know what is Panoply, you will find this the link on the FAQ Copernicus Marine Service webpage. This is an open source tool to visualize data.
Yeah, there is also another comment. Yeah, there is a very simple tool for working with NetCDF files, is CDO, but there are currently no new versions for Windows. Do you have plans to develop such a simple software for non-advanced users?
CDO is I think CDO is a tool to visualize data, I guess. And actually, a lot of people in the Copernicus Marine Service are working on a new version of the website, and the new version of the website will integrate a new visualization tool for the data. But I don't know if you will be able to make some computation between the data on this new tool. I don't know exactly what CDO does, but
yeah, so there was another comment about the fact that you can extract data from NetCDF files in R. For example, with packages NetCDF4 and RNetCDF. And the reply from Patsy was, yes, R and Python have good libraries to deal with NetCDF format and export to CSV. But in the end, you have to code. Yes, and that's why we are here for you to train.
Perhaps I made a mistake between CDO and another tool with the same acronyms, but with a different order, perhaps Odyssey. And CDO, yes, CDO is a library. It's a simple library you can use to convert and make operation with a NetCDF file.
Yeah. So. Okay. Yeah, the last comment I see is that R, as was said, has also good visualization for NetCDF files. So, anything else? Any other?
Something I want yes, is that in the tool dedicated to the Taigoges, for example, we provide just one line of code for exporting time series data to CSV, but it's using obviously Python because it's what we use in the notebooks. But yeah, so if you want to check check it. You will see that it's quite straightforward.
Okay. Good. Thank you. Someone's typing. Yeah. So a question for Pats. Is there any plans for high frequency radar wave tracking project for the Black Sea?
Well, this is a very interesting question. I know the team in iOS is working with the HF Radar task team. So if there are chances, they will be informed. So we can envisage that at some point we have HF Radar. But also you are asking this regarding waves, which is a quite new a variable targeted by HF Radar because the most common one is the current field. So this will be available in a very long time. Right now we are focusing in currents only, and eventually we will try to target also waves with HF Radar, but it's something that to take a very long time, I guess.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So something else? Something is missing?
Oh.
We are all fine.
Yes.
Looks so. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, it looks like for today we are done. As we said before, tomorrow at the same time we will reconvene all together, and you may ask the questions and your comments on the wave products and satellite products. So maybe you can have the afternoon to check again the notebooks about those products, and if something comes to your mind, revising them, of course, be prepared as today to chat on the question and answer mode. And so thank you from my side to the presenters and to all of you that attended. And I leave the floor to Fabrice, I guess.
Thank you, Paola. Thank you to Paz and Elena for your answers, and for the attendees to be here with us. As Paola said, next meeting tomorrow morning for the other products. So the wave and the remote sensing products. Thank you all. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye.